We've all wondered it. What is it that makes some people just magnetic? It's not about looks, it's not about money, it's something else. In this explainer, we're going to dig into the psychology of real connection. We're going to go way beyond cheap tricks and build a framework for authentic attraction, starting from the inside out.
So what is it? What truly makes someone magnetic? Is it just having the right lines to say or a bunch of social hacks you can learn? Well, we're going to explore a different idea today, that true magnetism isn't something you just put on like a costume. It's a quality that comes from the inside out, something you can genuinely build.
Okay, here's the game plan. We're going to start with the most important part, the foundation, what we'll call the inner game. Then we'll get into the outer game, which is all about the tools you use to connect. After that, we'll see how it all comes together in human attraction, and we'll wrap it up with one big takeaway. So let's get into it.
All right, first up, the inner game. This is the whole bedrock of the thing. See, the core idea here is that real, authentic connection, it isn't about what you do to get other people to like you. It's about building a life that you are genuinely fired up about. It all has to start from within.
Now, to really understand ourselves, we've got to zoom way in. Forget about your big life ambitions for a second. Let's talk about the smallest building block, the want impulse. You know what I mean? That tiny split-second urge to check your phone, or to get someone's approval, or just to zone out. Think of these little impulses as raw data about how your mind works.
So the big question is, how do we work with these impulses instead of just being pushed around by them all day? Well, there's this really simple 3-step framework. First, you just notice it. Feel the impulse in your body before you even move. Step 2, name it. Literally say in your head, there's the desire for distraction. Just labeling it like that gives you a little bit of space. And from that space, you can navigate. You can consciously choose what to do next, instead of just running on autopilot.
And once you start paying attention like this, it kind of begs a bigger question. What are we actually doing with our time? This quote really hits it on the head. We have more free time now than pretty much any other generation in history. But are we using it to build a life that has some real substance to it? Or are we just letting the hours slip by?
So what does a life with substance actually look like? Well, you can think of it as being built on 4 key pillars. First, exercise. You gotta have the physical energy to do cool stuff. Second, reading, to actually gain practical knowledge about the world. Third, meditation, to get that mental clarity and train your focus. And fourth, a hobby or a passion, something that you do just because it genuinely excites you. These aren't just things to do, they're the ingredients for a truly interesting life.
Okay, so once that inner foundation is getting solid, the next logical step is learning how to share that awesome life with other people. And this brings us right to the tools of connection, what we're calling the outer game. One of the biggest mistakes we all make in conversations is slipping into interview mode, right? Just question after question after question. It feels like an interrogation. The secret to a real conversation, a genuine one, is to add a comment or share a little something about yourself before you ask the next question. That simple shift is what turns an interview into a real connection.
And if you're ever worried about running out of things to say, here's a super handy tool, the Ford method. It's an acronym for family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. It's not a script, it's just a simple roadmap that helps you guide a conversation from everyday small talk to something way more meaningful.
So if we boil all this down, a few universal principles for great connection pop up. Tell stories, it's how our brains are wired to remember things. Be relatable and authentic. Let people see your real personality, your actual enthusiasm. And this last one might be the most important of all. Give people your full, undivided attention. In our crazy, distracted world, that might be one of the greatest gifts you can possibly give someone.
So we've got the inner foundation, we've got the outer tools. Now let's put it all together and see how these things actually work in practice to create the spark for genuine human attraction.
I love this quote because it just completely flips the script. See, attraction stops being about trying to convince someone that you're cool. It becomes about building a life that you love and then just inviting someone to come share it with you. The whole focus shifts from getting someone to sharing with someone. It's a total game changer.
And a huge part of that sharing happens without you even saying a word. I mean, think about this. Up to 65% of people are primarily visual learners. That number alone helps you understand why our body language is so incredibly powerful. It's communicating our interest and our vibe long before we even open our mouth.
And here are just a couple of examples of what that looks like. When someone looks at you right when they laugh, they're checking for your reaction. They value your opinion. Or when someone's feet and body are pointed towards you, That's their body unconsciously showing where it feels open and safe. But here's the key. These aren't moves to memorize and fake. They are the natural, automatic results of feeling a genuine interest in someone.
And check this out. There's this really cool psychological quirk called the Benjamin Franklin effect. Get this. It says that when we do a small favor for somebody, we actually end up liking them more. It's because our brain has to justify the action, so it tells itself, hey, I must like this person if I'm helping them out. It's a really subtle way to build goodwill by letting other people give a little bit, instead of you always trying to take.
Okay, so that brings us to our final big takeaway. The goal here really isn't for you to walk away with a notebook full of tricks to memorize. It's about shifting your entire focus to one single, powerful principle that changes everything.
And that principle is this. True magnetism isn't a trick. It's not a performance. It's simply the authentic, natural expression of a well-lived life. It's the energy that just radiates off of somebody who is engaged, passionate, and fulfilled from the inside out.
So let's end right where we started, with that tiny little want impulse. Remember, your desires are not your destiny. They're not commands you have to obey, they're just data. They're little signals from your inner world. So the final question I'll leave you with is this: what data are you going to choose to collect today?